we think about the ability of corn specifically to yield, corn yield's a math problem. It's the number of kernels per ear, it's the number of harvestable ears per acre, and then it's how big the kernel is. So that's building the foundation of that fundamental math equation. At Rob Seco, we think of the fact that if we increase or we build a bigger foundation, we have to feed it. We want to talk today about a material, a nutritional package that we use at Rob Seco from Streamline Ag. It's known as CropFit NKBS. So it really is a combination of 5 different nutrients. So it's nitrogen, potassium, boron, sulfur, and molybdenum. And so when we're thinking about that material, think about what those nutrients do. The nitrogen and the sulfur, I'm telling you, they're in that material only to give us a better green color. We want to keep it green. We want a deep and dark green. We want the nitrogen and sulfur to build chlorophyll. Chlorophyll makes the photosynthetic action greater, so we build and we make sure that we can build enough sugar for that plant to reach its total potential. Okay? It's about sugar. The potassium is an instigator or an initiator. It's very enzymatic. It makes a lot of things move within the plant. It's also very helpful with disease pressure. It's also very, very intent on the ability to create late season stock quality because it helps build the lignin that is part of the rind that holds your corn plant up after it goes to maturity. And then boron's all about pollen. Boron's about pollen viability and pollen longevity. So you lengthen out the fertilization period of a corn crop. It's also really vital for seed set, both in corn and in soybean. And then molybdenum helps the protein functionality, protein synthesis, to help divide and elongate cells. So when we think about CropFit NKBS in corn, we like to use it later on in the season, anywhere from V10 up through VT. We like to add it into our VT application of fungicide, although not necessarily going to do that with corn silage because of the high K content. This is 15% potash, 15% potassium. And so in silage, we're not likely to use it late. We'd probably go with a different material simply because we don't want that potassium increasing the lignin content and lowering the potential of the overall digestibility. Soybeans, we're going to use this early in soybeans. We'll run it out there with the herbicide application anywhere from V2 to V3 all the way up to first flower. This is a 1-quart application, foliar applied. We like to add it into herbicide applications, other foliar nutritional applications, and into our fungicide application. So again, soybeans early, corn late, not necessarily going to use it in silage. So it is a low salt, high compatibility liquid material that will tank with just about anything you want to put on your farm. So again, that math equation that we think about that builds corn yield, if you're going to increase the foundation, we have to make sure that we feed that foundation. At Rob Seco, I'm Todd Claussen.